All right, joining us now is Joe Cardinale, retired NYPD Lieutenant Commander, and Matt Murphy, former homicide prosecutor. Great to have both of you. Matt, I'm going to start with you. Prosecutors here are arguing that Mangione poses a continuing danger because he seeks to influence others. What do you make of that argument?
Well, they're exactly right, Elizabeth. I mean, based on the evidence that we've seen so far in this case, he wanted to normalize violence in political discourse, and we have a word for that. It's called terrorism. It is literally the textbook definition of what terrorism is. And I got to say, you know, in this country, when we see people coming out of the woodwork, kind of almost for the entertainment, this feigned outrage and insurance, and he's cute, and let's jump on that. Those people are condoning murder. And this man had a family, the victim in that case, just like all of the victims in the Manhattan shooting, which is not far from my apartment. This is awful stuff. And we have over 300 million people in this country. We have way more than 300 million guns. And when people do that, they are lionizing this kind of behavior. And there's a ton of mentally ill folks out there who take up the banner, and they can be heroes for a second. And it is, look, I will debate any of these people anytime, anywhere, regarding whether murder is acceptable as a form of political discourse. It has never been, and it never will be. And it is outrageous. The government doesn't have to prove that in any way, that it influenced this, but this is what he wanted. And people coming forward in support of whatever the cause is, that is the exact purpose of terrorism, and I'm glad the feds announced that they're seeking the death penalty.
Joe, as a detective, as a police officer, as a commander in the NYPD, a former of all those because you're now retired, but what do you think police are seeing? I mean, obviously, you just have to go online to see the lionization of Luigi Mangione, the fangirling going on from many, many, many people. What's the concern from police that people are going to be inspired to do something violent and dangerous?
Well, you have to look at it. It's not just him. It's everybody out there today. It's all the shootings we see. They're sensationalized. They're put out there. There are copycats, and there should be consequences for this. This man is not a hero. He's an absolute zero. That GoFundMe page should go to the CEO's family, not him. He doesn't need it. He has enough money. When you raise money, when you have a defense attorney that's provided for you, it's because you can't afford a defense attorney. His family can afford it. So the fact that they're out there and the girls are wooing over him and everything, it shows you the sad state of affairs in America when somebody idolizes a piece of dirt like this. And it's sickening to the point that people do idolize him. Women want to marry him. They want to meet him. They want to do everything. And it's put out there on the internet. It should be shut down immediately. There should be a court order stopping this to stop the copycats and stop sensationalizing this idiot.
Yeah, man, I'm struck by the fact that prosecutors say that Mangione has, quote, openly cultivated supporters by setting up a website, by directly addressing his supporters on that website, even cataloging all the letters of support he's gotten. Why is he allowed to do that?
I have no idea, Elizabeth. And that's something that this federal judge, I mean, maybe that it's in the state system right now and Alvin Bragg isn't putting a stop to it. Remember, we have two separate prosecutions here. We have the federal and the state. But I couldn't agree more. And look, I hope that money, I hope the family, some plaintiff's lawyer sues on behalf of the family and attempts to recover some of that. I could not agree more. This is outrageous. It's shameful behavior. And I guarantee you, Elizabeth, I walked 100 murder scenes. I'm sure the retired detective has walked a lot more than me. When you deal with the families of somebody who has been murdered, the apoplectic, never-ending grief of those poor people that is real. It is visceral. It is multi-generational. The ripple effect of that, so that guy can have smug looks like we're looking there on the screen, so he can be a hero on the internet, and all these morons coming out of the woodwork trying to support him are pathetic. And I hope that the feds keep rolling with the death penalty, and I hope he is sentenced to death.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.